Hi, I'm going to talk about the next book for my 2023 reading challenge. I read The Weston Game by Ellen Raskin. There's quite a few categories that this book would um, check off on my quest list. I'm going to put it under inheritance, book about inheritance, because it's about an inheritance. What this book is first of all, it's very short. It's considered a children's young adult book, and it's basically, in order to get an inheritance, there's these group of people who, if they solve the clues that were left by the deceased person, they would get the inheritance. What's interesting to me is just this past week, it came out that there's this um, push to alter some children's books to make them um, sort of more PC. And this book, I don't know if that was like in my head as I was reading it, but I'm telling you, like almost every other sentence, I'm like, that wasn't, that's not really, you can't really say that anymore. I mean, constantly through this book. This is an issue with reading older books, is that you're going to come across something that's contemporarily we would consider offensive. Like, for instance, I think Gone with the Wind is a fantastic book. It's also gross. Um, I mean, but it's also, as a historical fiction, a piece of historical fiction. It wasn't really at the time, but now it is. It's in my opinion good to know that this stuff happened at some point. As far as this book, again, really short, like dismissively short. So the explanations were just blurted out. Now, how I really like it is at the very end when, you know, hey, this is what actually happened. It wasn't a gotcha. It wasn't a, hey, you are wrong and I'm smart, because that makes the reader sort of feel like, oh, I was too dumb to figure this out. It's sort of like matter of factly states, oh, this is what is going on here. This is what happened. And, it doesn't dwell on it. So I think that's really good, because you can go back through and sort of feel like, oh, yeah, here's the clue, and here's the clue, and here's the clue. But again, so short that there's so many characters with so many stories. None of them were really fleshed out. So, do I recommend this book? I might have recommended this book if I didn't know another series so much better. It's called The Benedict Society, I believe, and it's about a school of gifted children, and they have all these puzzles to sort of work out through the entire book, and it's fantastic. The characterization is fantastic. The puzzles are fantastic. You can work them out. It's just so much better, and it's clearly like, on the shoulders of giants. I'm sure that those books would not have been able to been written if this one hadn't been written and already out there as an example. I'm sort of like, oh, you know, this was a super popular book, and I'm glad that I've now read it so that I can say, yeah, I read it. Would it be memorable to me? No, I can say definitely I've read this book, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I would not recommend it, and I promise I'm going to get books that I would recommend. The next one in my stack, I'm actually really looking forward to reading, so hopefully it's going to be as good as I suspect. Anyway, thank you.